Lord Serwyn had proved himself on the battlefield time and time again, but now he held a chance to prove himself within the realm of diplomacy. He had to prove he could secure boons without using the threat of dragon or blade, and he had to do so on the highest stage of them all. His wife had already begun to plant some seeds of her diplomacy as they secured control over Oakenshield Tower. For upon the death of their lord, a personal rival of Lord Serwyn, she was able to decree that the primary isles had been left to House Doron as part of the terms of surrender all those years ago. A lie, of course, but one with no evidence to disprove it, and a dragon to prove it. House Hewitt were relegated to their small, weak island, while Serwyn began to build and expand his newly gained lands. Having defeated the insurrection against the young Lords Tyrell, the Council of Regents, made up of the many Gardener houses of the Reach, now offered a boon to all of those who were loyal to Highgarden through the conflict. Evidently, an audience to ask for a boon. As far as Serwyn was concerned, being in a room with them was a boon in the first place, as from here he could begin to play the game of politicking was all the rage with lords. For when you live without a dragon, these courts are the only place you could feel any sort of power, and so here Lord Doron would let them feel as if they had the power, and then push the advantage. Before a council of Lord Hightower, Lord Rowan, Lord Tarley, Serwyn began to speak his case. Lords, I speak before you of a grave illness within the lands of Oakheart, lands which border me, and with whom I have become acquainted. After the tragic passing of Lord Oakheart, his lands now pass to his heir, a girl yet to see her 7th name day. Serwyn made no note to the regents that the Lord of Oakheart has died, well, under his own dragon's fire. That probably wouldn't much help his tale. As such, a regent has been chosen, and a regent has made himself entrenched, impossible to remove. While he does bear the name Oakheart, his intentions lie only for himself. He pilfers the lands of taxes, and brings disgrace to the ducal title. I believe that the funds and tithes of these lands, the armies and levies, would be better spent by a more shrewd lord, as a man more clearly aligned with yourselves, our dear council, and aligned with the Tyrells. I can assure you that this crucial coastal region remains within our command and within our control, to ensure they never again act against the interests of the Reach. The man before him didn't like him, nor did he trust him. Lord Rowan was not a fan of this Lord Serwyn. He had his dragons, and he had burned much of the Reach in the past, and all knew that this regency of his would be a hostile takeover, forcibly giving himself the title over all in Oakheart, giving himself more taxes and tithes, making him a greater threat than he had been before. Yet despite all of that, it was also clear that Lord Serwyn was a man they wanted to keep happy. Lord Rowan continued to protest, but Lord Hightower still had familial ties to Serwyn, and he could see the benefits of granting this boon, of keeping him on side. And so the Regency Council granted Serwyn his claim, should he be able to remove the Regent of Oakheart. He could replace them and serve as Lord Regent for that realm, should he continue to hold power after the Regency ended, well, no one would blame him. It was just good business, after all. Lord Serwyn celebrated with his wife for this victory, for a belief that they now had the council in the palm of his hand. But it was Lord Hightower who celebrated even more than him, because he knew that Serwyn would now be closer aligned, that Serwyn would soon seek more boons and aid, and should the Reach once more come to war, they could rely on Dragonfire to protect the Hightower, to protect Old Town. In his eyes, Lord Hightower had just won the game. Hello guys, and welcome back to Crusader Kings 3, a Game of Thrones, where we are continuing as Lord Serwyn the Stout of the Shield Islands, the Lord of House Doron. And, of course, as we finished off last episode, we secured the Stepstones, and as part of our deal, now that he is almost of age, Unwin has been granted an isle of his own. He's considered a pirate lord for some reason, because I guess they never got the event to actually feudalize, which isn't great. But hey, as long as he's going to earn a living for himself, I don't much care. And if I need to bring Unwin back, I will. He obviously does have a dragon of his own, Limagon. Problem with Limagon is if he's living on the Shield Islands, we won't get to use Limagon. But for now, we still have 3 owned dragons. These being, of course, the Beauty of Sapphire, now 43 of age. Lionel, of course, has Hegagon. And Jane has Valex. No dragon for young Stevron or Joanna. I'll go diplomacy for Joanna. I mean, Joanna's not really had much of a time to gain a dragon anyway. So yes, as you can see, Sir Lenwood is dead, so I can get rid of him as a rival. This death has allowed us to claim Oakenshield Castle for ourselves, which is a really good move for us. It's going to strengthen our position and expand ourselves out this way. His son did keep the Hewitt title and the Hewitt name. Sorry, his grandson, obviously, because the son was actually killed by Sapphire. And he's going to hate us because, you know, we killed his dad in dragon combat. Whoops. But it doesn't mean I can finally land my son. So we're going to give Lord Lionel this island here. Of course, he's married to Lady Eleanor. He's now 16, so the marriage is, of course, was done by grand marriage. She rides on Maelstrom. So there is still another Dragonrider on the Isles here, at least. And hopefully she'll soon have a child of her own. I was informed the reason he doesn't have his Dragonrider trait is because Hegagon isn't big enough. So we need to wait for that dragon size to reach 30, I believe. And when it reaches size 30, then, at least hopefully, it will show up. Lord Lionel Greyshield inherits the squad of Skull Ties. Okay, we can ignore that. That's referring to Unwin stuff over here. The fact I could declare war on the Stepstones. Why would I want to declare war on the Stepstones? I suppose they are naturally part of the Seven Kingdoms, so it is an actual possibility. I'd assume they would be, but apparently not. Do I not have a council seat? This is you, and you are magnificent. Damn right I am. Resettle subjects, maybe? No, I could ask... I can't do either, actually. So it's just not available. Okay. Surprised that Lord Jocelyn doesn't want me on his council. Yes, we have a claim here. And this is one that, as you've seen, is only released through a bit of lobbying. I mean, we asked for a reward for our loyalty, and that was the reward. Yes, I'm so glad that he would rather give me a claim, give me a title. But a lot of this is because the Ocean Road here is, you know, it is a regency. Of course, it's a regency because Lord Omer was slain in battle against us and burned by Sapphire alongside Sir Torgan here. Age 37. His spouse still lives, but has remarried in Mistcore. Oh no, she has actually married in Karen. Oh no, she's a Karen. Okay, I see. She's from House Karen, but she married into House Rushmore for some reason. very odd path of events, and she's just left her kid alone in charge of the Ocean Road with Sir Bernard here as the regent. And Sir Bernard is a greedy man. Greedy, arrogant, zealous, arbitrary. Maybe not the best man to be leading these isles. But his alliance to Night Song, and when has come of age, he is... Wow, very good actually. Really, really good growing up under Corlys's rule. And he was knighted. Excellent. Yes, we are a little questionable about trying to... They are allies to Mistcore, obviously, through that, but the Karans are a good ally for them. Plus, we have our own ally in Darstone, because I wouldn't want to get, Viserys or Corlys involved in this, but Darstone, our previous works and alliance with them could aid us in pushing our claim. What could I even petition for? So it would be a council appointment. We could fly there, just see if he would give us a council appointment. See if he wants us on his council. Apparently flying makes me overwhelmed by stress. I could gain the trait Uncouth. Gain Milk of the Poppy Addict, which is awful. Or no, we'll just try and reduce the stress ourselves. Maybe do a hunt something, because honestly, maybe actually torturing a prisoner would work. Let's see. So I will be his marshal, but it would piss off Lord Rowan, and I would have to. Fine, I'll give a weak hook for that. Get ourselves out on the council as a marshal, expand our power. And we can use this position as a marshal to prove that this regent is not fit for duty. I mean, he's a Prince Viserys of Dragonstone, the child of Maekar, which is Viserys' first son. So many dragons are being born right now. We almost need there to be a dance just to balance this out a little bit with just how many dragons we're seeing. He's going to take a long time to get Green Shield on our side. But I think if we can install ourselves as the quote-unquote regent in Ocean Road, I think it's not a bad idea to do so. And also, just to get us some land, because being on these isles is good defensively, but terrible if we ever need to fight for the Tyrells, because we have to constantly pay disembark costs. As you can see, we're having to pay it right now. Admirals reduced the cost by 90, but even then, we're still having to pay a cost. Darkdale in fighting again. Constant Liberty Wars there. High Crown Authority. Could push our own Crown Authority up as well. Hopefully when we land, we're going to start earning some coin. And hopefully, did Karen join? They did not. So he's not called them in. Start using our dragon on these walls. Yeah, wall for us is very costly. But that's sort of just the problem of being in these isles compared to anywhere else. Anywhere else, there would be some finances to support us here. Instead, we are woefully poor. See, I pinned her and I completely forgot I had as a potential marriage option. And obviously she's passed away, and she passed away from spotted fever. It's a horrid thing. Did it take her father too? But he's had a fatal apoplexy. Oh, from spotted fever, okay. It must have spread really badly through Old Town then. Quite a few who died to it. Strathby is involved in this. Interesting. Calling in the phrase for this war. That's a unique match between House Doron and the phrase. I wonder if he's just going to stay here while I move around him. Because I don't see him having much of a chance in fighting me in a battle, especially if he wants to be the aggressor in a battle. That would be the problem. Because it's... Is he leading this army? Sir Bernard is leading the army. So yes, he is leading the army as the Regent. That makes sense, it's his claim he's trying to defend here. It's going to cost us to spend too long in the war, but I'm hoping we can sustain ourselves through ransom costs. Another dragon has entered the world? Einar. Well, if we do have a dance, we're getting a lot of dragons on the green side here. A lot of the Hightower kids getting their own dragons. Very useful. Oh, he has called in Night Soul. Interesting. Let's get this siege done before Night Soul arrives then. It's very good quality, actually. Do I want to call in Darston? Not especially. I don't especially want to call in Darston. Keep an eye on Karen. It might be that if we secure this before Karen gets here, I just move off. Try and be a bit strategic in just attacking Karen before he arrives. I mean, I'm flexible, I'm a good organizer. So it would make sense. I mean, I'm my best commander by far as well. Because I'm our only commander, apparently. We need to move some of these to force. Oh no! Never mind, that's me forgetting. Part of our mod makes it so that we limited who could serve as the commander in an army. Let's see if we can catch them on the river. Let's move here. Catch them there. Yeah, now we've caught him. They've got a very good leader here, actually. And they start with a greater advantage, but then that's dragon advantage coming in. Dragon's just giving us a higher roll. Yet another one of Makar's kids has a dragon. I'm not actually liking this number split. We're losing way more than I would want to. For such a small army. But that should rout them. And he does have a worse army in terms of quality. Taking a bit of attrition here. Let's see if we can just get him straight up in a battle. Because we should have advantage in just general total. Oh, especially if this guy's leading, because he's an awful commander. Numbers-wise, this is going to leave us really bad off. Karen's going to try and come and aid here. It may be worth calling in Darstone. He would accept. Yeah. Then we're going to call him in. Then try and catch them on the advantage here. We'd be the defender. Now he's going to be trying to hunt down the Hayhole army. But yeah, there's no way he's going to be able to catch with them. Oh no, he is, because they're just going to stand there for some reason. I guess we're going to see if we can try and get there in time to help them. But that wasn't a very smart move by Hayholt. To come in and bail him out a little bit here. Oh, interesting. One for Jane. She can begin training in swordsmanship. Or do the same and go for Marshall. Marshall's not great, but Diplo isn't great either. Yeah, and Bossy isn't good for Diplo. She's actually good stewardship. Let's switch her to Marshall. Get her prowess up as well. 7 base prowess. Compared to, 18 from Lionel's very good. Yeah, 10 base prowess for both of my sons. Got a real warrior fans here. It just completely wiped both armies here. For Night Song, it's pretty bad that they get wiped because if you had a Scorpion Lord or Scorpion King, sorry, maybe Scorpion, I can't remember. Maybe in my back of my mind, the Dwayne the Rock Johnson's just forever stuck there, but they would cause a lot of damage to the marshes, especially if they knew Night Song was weak, because then they could just focus on Torrent Peak. Because they're not having to worry about any sort of retaliation on one side. And if you don't have to worry about retaliation, then you start to get more and more aggressive. 5 minutes left. Lord Frey's come down to try and resolve this war, but hopefully that war should already be finished by the looks of it. Yeah, I think we need to take the capital. Yeah, because we've already have max battle score, so we just need to get the war score from occupying the capital here. Quite a lot of attrition. A lot more attrition than I'd expect for moving through decently, not like friendly terrain, but still through expected terrain, A Reacher Lord should know his regions well. Of course, we'll use the dragon again. Moderate dragon fire. We're sadistic. There's no point holding back on how much damage we're going to be doing to these walls. And we can totally justify all of this. This is... The Reacher Lord would be furious with just how much damage we're doing, especially, this would damage grain crops and harvests for the years to come. But partially from my perspective at least, I'm removing an inefficient and selfish Regent. And I already removed him by killing him. So he's already been replaced by Alison Oakheart, who's arguably an even worse candidate, a fornicator, frauder, adulterer, irritable, and a mute. Honestly, I'm doing the world a favour by getting rid of these lot. What can I say? I do like Gallant just as a general perk, but then Strategist makes a lot of sense. Yeah, we'll do this side and then we'll do Gallant after. Just finish off both sides. "15 months, though. Gonna take a while to siege. In the meantime, let's keep an eye on how everything is expanding here. We have a city here. We could build something in it. We'll get the holding costs up. Which then overall should increase the total county costs. Blacksmith could be good, but honestly it may be good just to save up a while regardless. That's a bit annoying. A stalemate? Don't know how having a dragon burning down in these walls is still leading to stalemates. It's not like it's a massive castle. So it is a level 5. That is surprising. I was not actually expecting it to be a level 5. Joanna. Charming would be very good. But instead she got pensive. Yeah, he's basically gonna unsiege everything before I finish sieging this one. The session's barely doing anything as well. 2 acclaimed knight. Could do some Misty Shields maybe for the next war. Just because we don't have a lot of hard-hitting forces. Although, to be fair, in general, we don't have a lot of levies after the damage we've dealt here. Or at least a lot less levies than you'd hope for. Gonna have to be sitting a lot of things out for a little while, waiting for our levy counts to get back up after this. Unwin's firstborns. As I discussed some court affairs with my son Unwin, he abruptly starts discussing his childhood. Father, you cared for me like the hound minds its pups. Better even. In my earliest, fairest, fondest memories were with you. When I spoke my first words, when I took my first steps, you held me so close. I love you so, Father. This would get rid of some stress. This would get me a hook on him. Well, a strong hook on him. Or it would give him the trait loyal. He loves me so much that I'm gonna use him a little bit just to get my stress down. Just because I could really do with the stress down. Why would anyone ever want to take a vow of poverty? We do have siege weapons in this siege as well. It's just a fort level 14 province. If we compare that to ours, you know, this is a fort level 11. Actually, no, Oakenshoot Castle's higher level. I wasn't expecting that. It's actually a fort level 15. Although it's only a castle holding 3 compared to level 5 here. What's Golden Grove then? 5. 4. Then High Garden must be... It's level 5's the max then. Yeah, they're going to unsiege that. He could unsiege all of these and start sieging me in the amount of time it's going to take me to get a dent on Oakheart here. Still another 8 months to go. We're committed. But we will speed up a bit just because we are going to be sat here a little while. And apparently so is he, because it looks like his army isn't going to be moving. Curse Undone. I don't know who Resos is, but he was a rival apparently. Our army's moving. What? Why is it too high a fort level? Because I need to use my dragon again. What's happened here? Feeding time has become a delicate affair for Hegagon, revealing a temperament elusive as the morning mist. This is the one I'm obviously born with Lionel. I see, so it is. Each time a sheep moves, he's shifted, as if merely rustling of wool, a threat to be elevated. So I could get rid of Skittish and replace it with Bloodthirsty, which gets his combat effectiveness up, but his taming chance and his temperament go down, and his dread goes up. Or could give him Accepting. We definitely want to get rid of Skittish, because combat effectiveness minus 15 is awful. Maybe Accepting. Bloodthirsty is also very good. You know what? We could do with a Bloodthirsty dragon. I trust Unwin to bond well with it. Still doesn't call him a Dragonrider, though. Even though... it's its own dragon. But yeah, it's not bonded, even though it is size 30. That's interesting. An unwin is a bottom beaver. So maybe it's a little more than size 30. Or maybe there's something just completely broken and they're never going to be able to hold these dragons. I think we're going to have to fight them in battle by the looks of it. Because apparently that's... Oh no, we have max battle score. So this isn't actually going to do anything unless we get occupations in it. Let's just siege these down for a bit. Dragonfire should do the work. Seaports and trader stalls alike drum with sadness and concern. Princess Rhaenys of Dragonstone was murdered by Rogar Velaryon. Her dragon is now without guidance, so Maelys flies free. While Rhaenys was murdered. That's certainly something. Stevron. I'll trade Stevron. Yeah, I'm going to take attrition no matter where I move. Ah, here we go. We were waiting for this. Finally. Mixture of fear and exhilaration spreads like wildfire through the harbours and merchants. Lionel has managed to claim the dark yellow beast, Hegagon. The crowds are fascinated by Hegagon. It is said that he will rip the flesh of any who come near him. But such hearsay is often misguided, and he joins the ranks of many other Dragonriders. He should be a bloody rider in my army. Sapphire brings forth a clutch. Sapphire has laid a clutch of 3 eggs. They've quickly thrown together new areas of incubation, having not expected more than a single egg. Absolutely. Let's immediately get to work with these. Give a dragon egg to our children. You can have a yellow dragon egg. And then Jonna will give the magenta dragon egg. And then we give them both. And then I could just hold on to that one for the extra prestige for a bit. Keep burning down these walls. Slowly we secure Oakheart, replacing the quote-unquote regency. We will, of course, let her keep her castles and her titles. We're here for the regent's title, the duke's title, and the levies, and the tax that comes with being the lord over such titles. Will the people like me? Almost definitely not. I think they're all going to hate me. But, they will not, they can hate me all they want. Having a dragon means that it's going to be very difficult not to constantly fear me. Natural dread plus 85. Could do with more training with Sapphire. Perhaps we need to ride some more. But we will claim victory here. I could demand hostage. Let's see, maybe if I offer Jonah? I see it, so it would be a no. We'll just enforce the demands then. And disband our armies to finally get our levies to rest. And then celebrate by riding Sapphire. And getting as much stress on as we can. Well, that's going to be a huge tax freedom for us when these guys start paying in fully. And we'll keep our Chancellor on foreign affairs. Gonna need to start moving the control around a bit and just getting the control down everywhere. Getting everybody to start paying into us. No doubt the Oakhearts are especially going to hate us, same as the Hewitts, but they'll pay their tithes and they'll pay them well. Sure, you can consider this us being the regent in quotation marks, but in truth, this is a royal favour from Lord Jocelyn, who's now of age. Jocelyn has actually had his first son, Morgil. Speaking of children. I was about to say, yes, indeed. Aelinor is pregnant. with their second child, after Lionel Doron. A shieldman who does not look like a shieldman, he looks like a Valerian. We'll give him a dragon egg. We'll give him the last one. Or actually, maybe we won't. No, I think maybe we give him a chance to bond with a dragon. Because for all we know, we're going to have a lot of dragons left in this place. And the big thing is going to be affording a dragon pit for them. And from what I've seen, we're going to have to wait the 19 years for this to finish and get it to level 4. In order for us to actually be able to build that dragon pit. So that's going to be a challenge. But hopefully we will live that time. I mean, we'd be 67. So you'd hope a fit and healthy dragon lord such as us would last those ages. Especially when we have such good friends in Daemon and Corlys and in even the king himself, Viserys. Now called the Silver Dragon. Maybe because of his lasting into this age. Certainly not because of his weight, I'm certain. No one would ever dare make fun of the king for his weight. You can gain 28 dread and expunged bandits, which gives popular opinion. We'll definitely do that one then. Have the people love us as they see us vanquish these foes with absolute ease. Let's have a look at courts. A good antiquarian I could get. Seems like a wise investment. Don't need a personal champion or anything. I'm cover those ones. Don't have a master of the hunt though. We'll pick him, and we'll also sway him to get him on side. Why can I give a dragon egg? Oh, because I didn't actually give away Violet, so I do still have it. Let's commission an armor would be nice, I think. Segmented armor. This is, I think, if we ever become a Lord Paramount, we will get significantly better armor. And, when you become a Lord Paramount, you do get those antiquarians and those inspirations who just show up in your court and offer to build you incredible things that are absolutely fantastic. But we do not have that capability yet. And we probably won't have it for a while because I'm not going for a Lord Paramountcy. I just want to get my level of Splendor up, which we've just done. I want our name to be known. That's all I want. Pentos' capital is up here for some reason. Very odd. Also in a massive civil war. Should win it though with that massive a troop advantage. Is that really 44k versus 1,000 men? I get they're allied with the Stormlands for some reason. Is it through marriage? Through Demary Baratheon and Prince Andelio of Pentos. What an odd couple. Stormlands has 40... No. What? The Stormlands has 42,000. The North has 29k. Surely not. That might be a glitch within something, but 24k, 42k. How many does the Reach have? 35k. So if I wanted to fight my Lord Paramount, I'd be screwed. Yep. Oh dear. But Prince Lena has died, and now Vhagar flies without a rider. Died of cancer at the age of 38. Well, she left behind Aerys, Gale, and Vela. A very sad sickness to be taken with. Lena just seems to get very, very sick in these games. Very sick, basically, in every time. And it's a real shame. See if I have any upgrades within the council now. No absurd upgrades, no. No one was too great within these regions for it to be worthwhile. Maybe we need to do like tours or something to get people in the region to like me. Could do a taxation tour as well, just... Not in that order, because that's an awful order. But a taxation tour could be a good idea here. Or a tournament. Tournaments are a bit too costly, though. If I did here to here, to there, to there, to there, to there, then it would be... Which cool we could do. Tour the grounds. Host dinner, host dinner. Try and do a bunch of tour the grounds up here to get the control a bit better. Just do a whole bunch of tour the grounds in general. And get ourselves up to excessive luxuries to get prestige up. In fact, we'll just do it at our max cost. Altruism, do recreation to get stress down. And we'll do our grand tour. Take a look at the new lands that we are regents of. And I just realized I'm the only guest after me inviting everybody because I chose to take a dragon, which I absolutely shouldn't have done. But I do find it funny to think that I'm now traveling all by myself to all of these places. What is this? It appears to he's captured my rival Leo and has him saddled up like a horse, ready for me to mount and ride through the countryside. I guess let's do it. Oh, the diplomatic skills of Garma never cease to amaze me. He could inform the High Septon that his underpants were showing, while still being awarded some pieces of gold, a smile and a thank you. I simply must have him in my court. See if we can... Oh, I failed to snag him. Oh dear. I don't really want him. Let's move up to Justice. Get control down again. Look at all of these controls that we're just doing. Yeah, we are. It's pretty good to do these to get like the development and the control down. Development up and control down, rather. Especially if we can get it working long term. Especially if we get events to get our opinion up, we're also going to try to do that. I love how I've almost specifically skipped Oakheart because there was no chance they would even like allow me in their halls. Ooh, let's humiliate a peasant leader. Let's see. Tax the Lord, which would make my son lose 10 opinion but pay his gold, and then he'll get control. Interesting. Increases his feudal taxes. My tour becomes more successful. Or I could get a favor hook. I'll use the favor hook and then use it to increase his taxes anyway. Oh dear. All but it's clutching his throat and hacking heavily. Oh, he's tricked on something. We'll see if we can save him. And he owes me his life. Always good to have someone owe you their life. Never know when they could come in handy. Okay, 0% chance I could die at least. But I could get full of desserts, which gives my health a small boost. Or, you know what, let's see if I enjoy my dinner. I'm willing to take this risk. And I ate too much. Let's see if I can find the food thief. Oh, the greatest game. We're playing some chess. Oh, sorry, Sevasu. I want to mainly go for Diplo and Marshall. So let's go for Marshall. What's he worth? He's terrible at learning. Okay, at learning, so I can use that as well. Have him bow before me. Victory of my success. And we move on again, now to our new lands, where there's a chance these guys may just refuse us at the door. But we've not been refused by Sir Bradwell, the first new person we've met. Very interesting. Insight in the heavens. Desecrate. Seems like he's quite the religious. I mean, 21 learning, he seems very religious and zealous. He could be an interesting one to get to know then. Very different to myself, though. You know, I'm very... Religion is of no concern to me. Whereas he is... Yeah, he's a devoted servant as well. Very pious person. Very near to a paragon of virtue, in fact. Yeah, I definitely want to keep him on side, especially at such a young age. See if we can keep him loyal. Or get him loyal, because he's not even starting loyal at the moment. We are, you know, we're trying to sway him. He is my master of the hunt as well. Honestly, there could be a couple other positions he'd serve overall. I've already got my levy size up. That's really useful to get the levy size bonus. And martial lifestyle, which for us is fantastic because we are focusing martial lifestyle. Ooh. Now it's time to decide Limagon's trait. Defiant. Or we could replace Defiant with Accepting. Or replace it with Imperious. I kind of love Imperious. But, you know, let's get Imperious. He doesn't have a dragon that's near impossible to control. Just for you, Unwin. Surely it can't go wrong. Jane Doron has taken to the skies on the back of Veilings. Well, already above size 30. Let's hope she is not consumed by ambition. Why is she in... She's being... Yeah, okay. Damon is her guardian, I was going to say. He refused the tax, but will he refuse his payment? Let's get Bradwell's opinion up. He refused to pay tribute. I'll let him get away with it, but... Do you know, I don't have a Casus Belli on him, so I don't think he did refuse. Let's get my son as my Castilian. Diplo, maybe? Only gets Councillor opinion up. Yeah, I think it may just be flat up. He better go for that one. Everyone just go for the window attacks. Oh, Jonna! Jonna has hatched a dragon that will grow so powerful. She's named her new dark pink hatchling Whiteclaw. Well, you are 5, so it probably is difficult for you to realise that this is not a white dragon. This is a pink dragon. But there you go, another bonded dragon within our family. If she makes it to full age and starts riding her dragon, we should be able to go for the become a dragon riding house. Because you need 5 or more living members are dragon riders. So we're very close to that already. Let's survey the lands. Yes, me prowess, attraction, and glory hounds vessel levy contribution. Not great, but I will take it. Need 2 more stops on our journey. Pay your tribute. Oh my goodness! We can't get any better during this tour. More news that Stevron has now a dragon called Stoneway. Oh, and it's a very fertile dragon. And now Unwin is taken to the skies all at once, riding on the back of Limagon. Well, with Limagon now flying as well, that's should be now up to 4 Dragon Riders. So we only need 1 more. And there we go. We finished our grand tour. Gained a lot of control. Which, if we check the control in general, yeah, you can see there's a lot of regions which have completely fulfilled that. But let's get one in Oakheart, try and get them up now. The fact I can instantly afford a grand turning. Because I have 700 income. But I could also go for getting one of these. I mean, this is a flat plus 1.3. And could get me dev growth with a lighthouse. Or I could try and get my armies better. Or just have straight up tax officers for plus 15 holding taxes. I think the flat rate is better? Maybe I'm stupid, but the plus 15 isn't a lot for Oakenshield. Because it's not duchy, is it? It's holding 15. If it was duchy plus 15, that'd be incredible. But I believe the tax office is just for the holding. Yeah. And that's, you know, this one's only making 1.32 from all of this. Maybe we should host a... I can't really expand my army that much because it's already a bit of an expensive one. We could host a tournament. And then after the tournament, we could spend on Oakenshield and see how much we can afford in Oakenshield. I like that idea. Give everyone a chance to see the improvements we've made. Yeah, and I mean also, I'm just an incredible fighter and I deserve to show off my ability. We're going to make it the grandest possible tourney. And it's going to be hosted in the Shield Tower. Come one, come all. Come visit the mighty Lord Serwyn. Spent all of our money on this one, so forget what I said about spending anything on Oakenshield, eh? Oh, 300 men. Yes. Yes, please. Oh, see, so no, he is a criminal because he refused my, Interesting. He really likes me though. He's up to plus 77 now. But he refused to pay my tax. So he's got a huge name against his head there. Place is still finishing off the construction. 250 guests. The Prince of Dawn is here. Damon is here. Rhaenyra is here. We couldn't get much bigger than this. Don't think the King's coming by the looks of it. I was hoping the King may come, but we are guaranteed to qualify just because we're incredibly good, regardless. And I'm hoping we might be able to win a thing or two. Because if we win a couple, I will get my own legendary artifacts, which I would be very happy to receive. Not sure which ones will be up for grabs, but they've got to be good. If I'm up against Damon, though, I don't think I'm going to stand much of a chance, you know. 43 prowess is incredibly good, unless you're going up against Damon. Because Damon's got Dark Sister. eminent guests arrive. It's going to give me a lot of prestige from having all these guests. Damon has arrived, and Karen has arrived. Seems like everyone is here. It shall soon begin. Yes, sharpen my blade. Yes, please. Give me a tiny bit more prowess. I assure you I will take it. One more prowess, up to 44. 2 lords, 1 king, and 1 king. AKA Emperor. But I'm surprised my Lord Paramount hasn't come either by the looks of it. No, he's not decided to show. Oh, me. Prince Damon and Lord John are the team captains. I really hoped I would have been the leader of the melee. Over Prince Damon. Execute some builders. Oh dear, popular opinion down. But I can fix it by using execute builders. Even if it's going to cost me a little bit to build from now on. Oh dear. Good chance this could fail, but you know what, let's take the chance. Oh, the ambush is successful. That's great for us. Very rarely do I get the 40% ones to actually fire. Is he just a lot better than me? No, he sucks. Why am I awful against him by the looks of it? $50-50. Let's take the 50-50. Ah, he's caught me. That one annoys me a little bit. That he, for some reason, has 50% on me with those awful traits. I think I have to go for it. I will win a soldier's victory. That's our best way to hopefully get our things back up. Oh, my wife's got improving her diplomacy during the turning. One more push. Me and Damon together in this melee. I mean, it's 2 of us together on a side. Yes, when Prince Damon and me are together in a duel, I don't think you had much of a chance. I hate that Prince Damon's going to get the prize for that. I feel like I should get the prize. Or maybe, or at the very least, I should have had an option to, you know, myself pick, or pick myself as a team captain. Because obviously, if you don't qualify, you can force yourself in. But it is what it is. At the very least, I should have been there over Lord John. There we go. Hopefully that siege one is going to be very good for us. Next time we go to war, because siege is the thing that was really slowing us down. If we siege a bit faster, we win a bit faster. Who could say no to that? Yeah, we'll just visit the turning against to increase our score minutely, which is all we actually needed. Dangerous faction. County control in Oakenshield. Did I not just... Okay, yeah, it's the popular opinion there then. You guys sure you want to rise up when I've got 9,000 max troops now? You know, 9... Oh, Corlys has died. Oh, dear. So it's Laenor in charge now, right? Yeah. Why... His wife... He's made his wife his fool. Maybe I won't question how that relationship's going then. That's not a great sign when he names his wife as his fool. I'm immediately starting by facing Lord Karen in the joust. Or Prince Karen, rather. Let's see, My opponent Karen's valets are struggling to hoist their lance up to him, and with good reason. The giant weapon is less than a lasswood and more an uprooted tree trunk. I watch in disbelief as he smugly hefts it, leaning against the horse's neck for steadiness. Yeah, have a go, mate. Ooh, interesting. Let's aim for the head. Ooh, victory over Prince Karen. Prince Karen, Dark Sun, eliminated. Lord Dontos, Lord Serwyn, Lord Coston, and Sir Errance have reached semi-finals. So I've got 44 against 30, 52, and 18. And they've immediately put me up against the best guy. Ugh. Facing him in the final I could handle, but right away... I'm sadistic. I'm going to let him struggle a bit to get onto his horse. Let's aim high. And then him low. Oh, that worked! We like aimed for his head, and then at the very end we lowered it down, which caused him to fall. We're up against Sir Coston in the final. I can do this. Oh dear. Goes to the mark. Couch the lance, rest my hand upon the saddle, wait for the signal, lead toward aim. Seekers of jousting is almost mechanical to me by now, but as the twin impacts shudder through me in pain. Blood flows freely from a livid bicep wound. He sliced viciously upon my upper arm. It is a grave wound. No one would accuse me of cowardice for dropping out. I'm made of sterner stuff like that. Put me back on my horse, boy. We're hitting him in the head in response. Victory! Victory in the joust. You wounded me only for a small moment, child. You stood no chance. And of course, we will give my... If I should give it to someone else, I shall give it to my dear lady, Joanna, and name her as my Queen of Beauty. Try and get our score up again for the horse racing, the end. It must be very odd for a horse of a Dragonrider, you know, because you can't imagine them riding it as often as they ride their horse. Or maybe they do. I'm sure Aegon must have had a steed or two. Rhaegar definitely. Or, I mean, Rhaegar actually never rode a dragon. I don't know what I'm on about. Okay, turning grounds again. Okay, the majority chances nothing's going to happen here. I guess we'll see what happens with that one. Yeah, I could probably still force myself into the battle either way. By being host of the tourney. But, yeah, okay, I'm not going to be able to visit another locale, so I'm going to have to force my way in. Oh no, I qualified anyway. This will be quite a race. My horse was set as a result. I found myself with 3 potential riders. So I could pick Correct. None of them have ridden a horse before. We'll go over the gamble. Why am I not riding the horse? Surely I should be able to ride my own horse. From the vast sea of race watchers, commoners holler out, Iterate warriors chant insults, vulgar innuendo. Amidst them, we nobles chuckle nervously. We look to our guards. The fill of a race always draws the worst of the realm, in enormous numbers. Sometimes on ill-fated days, the usual pleasures just aren't enough. Only blood can satisfy. This is about to be a riot, so I can either escape. My knights quell the mob, or only I can pacify the crowd by giving a speech. Let's give him a speech. I too want to beat people up, but not right now. Okay, it seems like he's not great. We have an equal chance of him being good or bad. Let's take the chance. See which one he gets. Oh, scores increased greatly, but his progress to victory doesn't give me a lot of hope that he will be across the line first. Oh my lord! In the final day of our tourney, a letter marked with the seal of House Targaryen, having arrived from Dragonstone, Raven spread grievous tidings across the realm. King Viserys has died of consumption. May he repose in peace. According to the laws of inheritance, Rhaenyra Targaryen has proclaimed herself the rightful successor of the Seven Kingdoms from the Iron Throne. While some mourn the passing of his grace, word has it, some have begun to voice their discontent away from the public eye. Before resuming her task, I wonder for a brief moment, what shall her rule bring? Well, she's at the tourney, so... And I lost the race. 14 days for until the ceremony, and Rhaenyra is here. You'd imagine she probably would leave right now and get to flying, but also from here, I won a prize brooch, and I will give a few words. You'd imagine she may look to going down south to maybe be coronated in Old Town, like Aegon was. That would be an interesting move. But now we are in a fun situation to think about. We have a new queen, the realm's delight, married to King Maekar, to quarrel and calm the realm. And of course, they've already had many successful kids. So in the end, I said a green side, but there is no green side because technically the two have just married into each other to essentially ensure Alicent's happiness, because Alicent is the grandmother of all of these children. Is that the heir? Yeah, Aegon's the heir. Very good heir. Very good heir indeed. And they were all on the Shield Islands with us. That is very fun. But I'm sure they'll be flying back home now. And I will finish off by picking a dynasty legacy. I believe I said it was between House of Warriors or Seed of the Gardener. I think we go Seeds of the Garden. Dread's very good as well. I think all of the Seeds of the Gardeners are so good for Reach Lords. But the Captain Effectiveness can't be ignored. And we are a warrior, so we will take House of Warriors. But that is where we will end it for this episode. The realm has a new queen and king. I guess, yeah, he would be king. A new queen and king. We have proven ourselves a mighty member of the council. A wealthy and exuberant tourney has taken place in our lands, of which we won our own tourney, which we of course, are going to be very proud of. But we also have secured Oakheart. Now, Oakenshield and Oakheart both are ours. And while we are only a regent here, let's be very clear. When she comes of age, we hold this title because we hold this title. This truly is our land. She can keep her lands, but the title and the tithes of these lands will now be paid to the Shield Tower. and to Lord Serwyn Doron. And our armies are growing ever larger. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I shall see you in the next episode. Until then,